Hello, Michael here. Looking today again at Psalm 71, the psalm which may be considered the prayer of the aged, or forsake me not when my strength is spent. Let's go ahead and read those three verses then. Verse 13. Let them be confounded and consumed that are adversaries to my soul. Let them be covered with reproach and dishonour that seek my hurt. Verse 14. But I will hope continually, and will yet praise thee more and more. Verse 15. My mouth shall show forth thy righteousness and thy salvation all the day. And so we look to the treasury of David for the exposition. And verse 13. Let's go ahead and read that verse again. Let them be confounded and consumed that are adversaries to my soul. Let them be covered with reproach and dishonour that seek my hurt. Let them be confounded and consumed that are adversaries to my soul. It will be all this to them to see thy servant preserved. Their envy and malice, when disappointed, will fill them with life-consuming bitterness. The defeat of their plans shall nonplus them. They shall be confounded as they inquire the reason for their overthrow. The men they seek to destroy seem so weak, and their cause so contemptible, that they will be filled with amazement as they see them not only survive all opposition, but even surmount it. How confounded must Pharaoh have been when Israel multiplied, despite his endeavors to exterminate the race? And how consumed with rage must the scribes and Pharisees have become when they saw the gospel spreading from land to land by the very means which they used for its destruction. Let them be covered with reproach and dishonour that seek my hurt. He would have their shame made visible to all eyes by their wearing it in their blushes as a mantle. They would have made a laughingstock of the believer if his God had forsaken him. Therefore, let unbelief and atheism be made a public scoffing in their purses. Verse 14, it reads, But I will hope continually, and will yet praise thee more and more. The holy faith of the persecuted saints come to the front in these three verses. But I will hope continually. When I cannot rejoice in what I have, I will look forward to what shall be mine, and will still rejoice. Hope will live on a bare common, and sing on a branch laden down with snow. No date and no place are unsuitable for hope. Hell alone excepted, hope is a dweller in all regions. We may always hope, for we always have grounds for it. We will always hope, for it is a never-failing consolation, and will yet praise thee more and more. He was not slack in thanksgiving. In fact, no man was ever more diligent in it. Yet he was not content with all his former praises, but vowed to become more and more a grateful worshipper. When good things are both continual and progressive with us, we are on the right track. We ought to be misers in going good, and our motto should be more and more, while we do not disdain to rest and be thankful. We cannot settle down into resting in our thankfulness. Superior, cries the eagle, as he mounts towards the sun. Higher and yet higher is also our aim, for we soar aloft in duty and devotion. It is our continual hope that we shall be able more and more to magnify the Lord. In verse 15 it reads, My mouth shall show forth thy righteousness and thy salvation all the day, for I know not the numbers thereof. My mouth shall show forth thy righteousness and thy salvation all the day. We are to bear testimony as experience enables us, and not withhold from others that which we have tasted and handled. The faithfulness of God in saving us, in delivering us out of the hand of our enemies, and in fulfilling his promises is to be everywhere proclaimed by those who have proved it in their own history. How gloriously conspicuous is righteousness in the divine plan of redemption. It should be the theme of constant discourse. The devil rages against the substitutionary sacrifice, and errorists of every form make this the main point of their attack. Be ours, therefore, to love the doctrine and to spread its glad tidings on every side and at all times. Mouths are never so usefully employed as in recounting the righteousness of God, revealed in the salvation of believers in Jesus. The preacher who should be confined to this one theme would never need seek another. It is the medulla theologica, the very pith and marrow of revealed truth. Has our reader been silent upon this choice subject? Let us then press him to tell abroad what he enjoys within. He does not well who keeps such glad tidings to himself, for I know not the numbers thereof. He knew the sweetness of it, the sureness, the glory, and the truth of it. But as to the full reckoning of its plenitude, variety, and sufficiency, he felt he could not reach to the height of the great argument. Lord, where I cannot count, I will believe, and when a truth surpasses numeration, I will take to admiration. When David spoke of his enemies, he said they were more in number than the hairs of his head. He had therefore some idea of their number, and found a figure suitable to set it out. But in the case of the Lord's covenant mercies, he declares, I know not the number, and does not venture upon any sort of comparison. To creatures belong numbers and limits. To God and his grace there is neither. We may therefore continue to tell out his great salvation all day long, for the theme is utterly inexhaustible. Oh, yes indeed. God so merciful and great, so abundant, so all-empowered. Glory to our great God. Blessed be his holy name. Trust you enjoyed the meditation. Michael here declaring yet again, Jesus is Lord. Until next time, be blessed.